G'day you bloody legends, I've got a ripper video just for you guys. It is sick. I reckon it is the best video to hit the channel to date. Quick, come with me, come with me, come with me. Okay, as you can see, we have three fridges. We have the drawer fridge, the upright fridge, and the chest fridge. I wish I could take ownership for this video, but it's actually all you guys that this idea came from. We're getting lots of ripper comments from people of late saying, thank you for letting us know about this fridge. Thank you for letting us know about this. You're really helping us build our setup. So I sat there and went, let's run through what 12-volt fridge is best for your setup. So I'm going to use my experience. I've got to test multiple fridges over the year, multiple fridges. And I'm going to use my experience and help you find out which fridge best suits your need, whether that's the chest fridge, the upright fridge, or the drawer fridge. Is there going to be a giveaway? Oh, there's something a bit different happening in the next two videos. Let's cut to the intro and then we'll talk about what's happening different.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show.
Okay, first off, I just want to thank today's video sponsor. So without them, this video would not be happening. So 4x4 and Outdoor. Please follow their socials. You'll see them above, over here, wherever I overlay them. Please follow their socials, their Facebook and Instagram, because yeah, without them, this video wouldn't be happening. They've supplied the upright fridge for me to be able to give you guys the information on that. So they have a wide range of fridges that you can pick from. They're the home of TJM Underwood, Cooper's Plains and Gold Coast. And yeah, they sell a wide range of fridges. Bushman's, Evercool, EcoFlows, National Lunar, Dometic, and yeah, the list goes on. So please check them out. Brilliant company for sponsoring this. Let's get into what's happening with the giveaway this week. So for 2 weeks only, I'm going to pause the giveaways and I want to actually raise some money for charity. So on my podcast, I used to do this on a weekly basis. So we're going to do, for the next two videos, all money raised goes to Brain Injury Australia. As you guys know, I was in a fatal car accident and suffered a pretty nasty brain injury. Last 2 weeks has been a bit tough for me. The black dog's been on my shoulder. All good now, but I figured let's use my voice. Let's try and raise some money for Brain Injury Australia. So I'd love it if you could scan that QR code. There should be two. One will take you to a PayPal or one will take you directly to my website where you can donate. And all money raised, 100% of money raised will go to Brain Injury Australia, as well as all the money from the next two videos, the Google AdWords money, 100% of that will go to charity. There's no money being kept by me like other YouTubers. This is purely 100% fundraising, try and get some money and use my voice to help make everybody's lives that's suffering brain injuries that much easier. So yeah, please get behind it. I'd really love it if you could do that. It's only 2 weeks, then we will be back to the giveaways. If you don't want to give any money, nice and simple, watch till the end of the video, watch the ads, give a thumbs up, give a subscribe. It'll all boost the video and make that money from Google, from YouTube, from the ad revenue. It'll make that bigger and bigger, and we'll reveal on a live after 2 weeks how much money we're able to raise for Brain Injury Australia. So without any more yapping, let's get into which fridge is better for you. Let's start with, I reckon it's a fan favorite. Let's start with an upright. And I'm going to let you know why I don't think this fridge is right for majority of setups and why there's a better option. Okay, let's get into it. So the upright first. Now, I do want to say this video is going to be a little bit different. So I'm doing this to help you guys find what fridge is best for your setup. Not like other YouTubers who basically get sponsored by a fridge company and then are pushed to promote a certain brand. As you can see, I've got multiple different brands. This is to cut through the fat and let you know which one is best so you don't waste your money. So the upright first. The big advantage to an upright, if you have a canopy, it closes in that door. So you open it up, it's nice and neat. There's a fridge that takes up most of the space. Then behind it, you end up with a whole bunch of space free to put batteries, inverters, stuff like that. Store all your electrical compliance. That's one of the best features to it. The other one would be the practicality of using it. So all your food is really easy to see. You can get stuff out. You don't have to move all your food around. You open it up and all your food's just there. All your drinks normally hang in the door. Depending what brand you go, you'll be able to fit a 2-litre milk in some of them. Other ones you won't be able to. You also have a vegetable crisper at the bottom. Again, depending on the make and model, you might get glass over it, which actually works as a proper vegetable crisper. You get a little freezer, which is normally pretty useless. I prefer uprights to basically this freezer is removable, or they don't give you one. A couple of companies now, because like that's useless. I'd rather have it as a fridge space and a separate freezer. Let's get into the downsides though for an upright, as there is a fair few. So the first one, if you do a lot of four-wheel driving, like along a beach or along rutted roads, your food is going to get thrown around. It's going to get smash things open. Bottles are going to get smashed open. Your beers are going to get all fizzed up. They're not good at keeping your food in place. That's the biggest downside. Yes, you can get bars to secure it to stop it falling forward, but then you're modifying something that isn't meant for that environment. The next big con, as you can see, it is a massive opening. So whenever you open this, you can actually feel the air get sucked. It rips the cold air out of the fridge and then lets in all the hot air. So as far as power consumption, if you're going to be opening this fridge a hell of a lot, it's not for you. You're going to let out all the cold air. Your food's constantly going to be going from hot to cold, which is not good. If you're somebody that does breakfast, lunch and dinner and you're only going to open it 3 times a day, they're not a bad option. Power drawer as well, they're quite thin on their insulation and they're going to lose a lot of heat. So they get affected quite heavily with heat. Again, depending on what brand you go with, your compressor and all your electronics can be quite confined, which makes that compressor work 10 times harder using more power and in summer, struggling to actually keep the fridge cold. My personal experience with uprights, as soon as it gets those really hot days and your canopy gets above 40 degrees, they're going to really struggle to keep your food cold. They also don't seem to circulate the air quite well. A lot of people put fans in to try and blow their air around and you end up with cold spots and warm spots. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the upright. It has its place. If you're basically somebody that stays on the blacktop, it's not a bad option. But other than that, I don't see this as actually a good fridge for most of you to buy. Comment below, let me know your thoughts on uprights. Okay, let's get into the OG, the chest fridge. These have been around for years. The upside to the majority of them run now digital thermostats. I don't think I know a brand out there that has a chest fridge without a digital thermostat. So you'll be able to lock in on a temperature. Absolutely brilliant. That feature, a digital thermostat, is game changer. Like, you don't have to change it over night time. You're not going to wake up and all your food's frozen. It'll, as the temperatures in the day fluctuate, the digital thermostat will move with it, which is brilliant. So that's the first big thing. I would say these fridges are really good. One as a freezer. As a freezer, they are brilliant. They use really low power. They're really efficient at staying cold, because whenever you open it, the cold air doesn't go. So hot air rises, cold air sinks. So the cold air stays in the fridge. They are brilliant for if you're opening and closing it, keeping the cold air in there. Depending on the model, obviously this one's your cheaper King's one. You will have to buy a bag for it to help insulate it, to help keep it cold. But yeah, really efficient on power, really good as a freezer. Where they let you down is as a fridge. Say you've got a milk in there, you pull the milk out, all your food falls in on top of it. And then you've got to take all your food out to put your milk back away, your juice. Stuff's normally at the bottom, stuff's at the top. You have to constantly take things in and out. They are an absolute punish for if you've got a whole bunch of little bits and pieces of food in them. Do not recommend it for that. The other big thing they are really good at, which is what I use it for, if you have like a portable power station or a battery box and you just go on weekend camping trips, you don't have a full setup canopy, you can take them in and out so easy. They are really light. You can get multiple different sizes. They are perfect for that weekend getaway that does not have a setup. That there is running as we speak off a battery, fully ready to go. Chuck it in your car, chuck it on the back seat. You don't have to have a station wagon. You can put it wherever you want. Or again, if it's an additional freezer for those longer trips, like we use it for, we just slot it in on one side and most of the time we don't run it to save on weight. So really good for that. As I said, there is some trade-offs. You guys comment below, let me know if you think there's anything I've missed with chest fridges, where they're good and where they're bad. Okay, into the final one. That leaves your drawer fridges. Now, these are quite interesting. So I'm going to say it's definitely my favorite. I've found these are an absolute game changer for camping out of. If you run one, you don't have a freezer. Generally, it's the only one, depending on size with the chest fridge, it's the only one that won't give you a freezer. You have fridge only or freezer only. and you will have to run an additional freezer if you need it. But the big advantage to these, you go off-road and everything stays secure. It doesn't get thrown around, it doesn't get moved around. If it does, it's secure in there anyway. If you pull something out, nothing falls in, because generally it's a pretty flat one level surface that you're working with. The downside, you're quite restricted with sizes. So you've got, majority of them are 30 litres. You get the Evercool and this one from Autobarn, which is 40 litre, and then Kings do a 60 litre. The 60 litre, honestly, is game changer. Your milk fits upright in it, which milk, juices, brilliant. You fit a hell of a lot of food. We did 8 days, no problem, with food in there, and it stays really cool. A lot of people comment and say these have a really thin wall on them, which I just don't see. They are super thick. Both of these drawer fridges are incredibly thick walls of insulation, and both of them are crazy. This one in particular is mental, like 0.9 amps it uses per hour at 32 degrees. They're efficient. When you slide them open, you don't lose all your cold air. They keep all your stuff still. They are a really, really good option. The downside to them, they are 100% a permanent fixture in your setup. So a lot of people run them in their wagons and put them inside their drawer system. As you can see, you can use them in your canopy as well, no problem whatsoever. The downside is they can't carry a lot of weight on top. Even this one, which is designed integrated into a drawer, you're maxed out at 20 kilos. You saw me sitting on it, it could carry me sitting on it, so you can go a bit over 20 kilos. But yeah, you generally are going to have to box it in to use the room on top, or you're not going to be able to use it. So that is the biggest downside to them. If you don't need to store a lot of heavy stuff, as you can see, I've just got tie-down straps and a hat, then they work brilliantly. But box them in and then it fixes that. Honestly, me personally, I'm telling you, if it works, if you're going to be permanently building a fridge in, go a drawer fridge rather than upright. I think you'd have a lot happier time. Your food's going to stay cold. It doesn't seem to have problems with moving the air around, as they have a fan that's actually inside, and then it seems to blow around the plastic tub. So the bottom of the fridge gets cold, the top of the food gets cold, and all the sides get cold, and it basically works its way in. I think they're a really good option that you guys should look at, but there is those downsides that I pointed out. Let's get into wrapping this video up.
I am thinking here.
Okay, punters, you've heard my thoughts, my feedback. Now I want to hear your thoughts, your feedback. Which one of these 3 style of fridges do you run? And what are the pros and cons? Comment them below so everyone can learn. This is a learning channel, so that people can learn what system will work best for them. I'd love you guys to give me your feedback on how you've found the fridges across your time of building them. As I said, please go and follow 4x4 and Outdoor socials. Without them, this video wouldn't have happened. Please support the brands that support Off Track to make these videos happen so we can keep getting these bigger and better. Also, if you want to give some money to charity, it would mean a lot. I'm going to chuck in a 50. I'm going to chuck in, what do they call it? A pineapple. I'm throwing a pineapple at it. So please, if you guys want to give some money to charity, I'd appreciate it a lot. And I'll see you on the live this Thursday, 7:30. I think we're doing, it'll be Morphlate this week. We're giving away 2 Morphlate products, or maybe 3. And we've actually got Aaron from Essential 4x4 coming on to talk all things air. So till next time, guys, like, comment, subscribe. Follow my Instagram, follow my Facebook, and see ya.